whatever it is, right?
And
Whatever it is.
and in today's session, I was giving an example of due care and due diligence. So first is due diligence, and then we have a due care. So your parents has given you a duty. Your parents has given you instruction. You must get it by age 30. That is your due care. As a responsible citizen, as a responsible son of your family, you must get married by 30. Now you
Yeah.
create a matrimony profile on a timely basis. That's a due care.
Yeah.
And there was a match. But before meeting that person, you did the profile verification. Is it really a lady or someone else, or is a boy or someone else?
Yeah.
Okay, verifying that before meeting the person on a timely basis, that's called due diligence.
Yeah. And can I give my example of due diligence?
Oh
That's
yeah,
like,
please go.
No.
can I please give that?
But it is. This video is. We have a 18
Yeah.
plus videos,
I
and
think
we
it's
have a
no, my example is
yeah,
inappropriate. Maybe we
yeah.
won't
Then
do
it's
that. We
okay
won't do that. Yeah,
because
It's inappropriate. No, no.
you have shared one of the example in a study notes group.
It's inappropriate. I won't say
Yeah,
it for
yeah,
right
yeah,
now. Maybe
yeah,
in the
yeah,
next session.
yeah.
For me, security to management, look, I promised myself something a long time ago, and it's really worked for me for 10 years. And that's just be myself when talking to anybody in management, anybody in company. When I first started out, I was like, I got to be like Steve Jobs. I got to talk like him. I got to talk like this motivational speaker or this guy or this actor that I saw. And I just promised myself, like, I'm just not going to do that. I'm just going to present myself as who I am. And that's exactly how it's going to be. Otherwise, it's never going to sound authentic, or it's never going to sound real. And I can't keep up that act for too long. It's going to break down at one time. And that included the times that I used to say a lot and pause in between my sentences. And I talk really fast like this. I was like, the firewall CDN delivery and the content delivery network's never going to work out. And the VIP and the IPsec VPN tunnel. I used to talk really, really fast and say a lot of ums. That's okay. You know why? Because you're a security professional. You're there for a reason. No one's going to tell you to get lost. So just relax and be yourself, first of all. You know more than them. That's why you're explaining this whole thing to them. If you're in the corporate game like me, I love being a corporate guy. I love climbing the corporate ladder. I love working in the corporate environment, doing the politics and all that. I live off of that. If your CISO has been in the corporate game and you're trying to explain things to him, and it's pretty awesome because, Prab, Prashant, and I, we don't rehearse or, compare our answers beforehand. This is just, we just get on and done. We have similar explanations. So for me, if you're talking to the CISO, you have to cater your words according to his experience. You have to match his language. You have to use industry terms that fit perfectly into the context of the conversation. Otherwise, he or she is going to figure it out. Like if he asks for like a simple data at rest solution, don't start talking about implementing trusted platform modules like TPMs and like TPM encryption hardware on your motherboards. There's no point in doing that. So just keep it within the scope of who your audience is. Really get to like research that person before you engage him, because not everyone's gonna approach the same words in the same lexicon.
True.
And if your VP is like a former military or former government guy, that's a completely different approach than somebody who's got 10 years of corporate experience. To them, I keep it very simple. I'm like, hey, we need a firewall. Otherwise, we're at an increased risk of being hacked sooner or later, probably sooner. Done. That's it. And you let them ask the questions after that. Know your audience and how to approach them before you talk to them. And if you really want to take it to the next level, and this has worked for me in the corporate arena, it's kind of you just kind of have to do this sometimes. Try to figure out, I think Prashant, I think you said this in a way. Try to figure out exactly what project or part of the company each person in management is responsible for. Like what's their stakes? Like what's their responsibility that makes them look good or bad? And explain your cybersecurity program to them in a way that benefits their own personal company
True.
objectives, their own stake in the company, their own like personal reputation. Because to executives, their reputation to the other executives is a big thing.
Right.
Make it so that the risk is so great against their own personal interest that they can't avoid the risk and has to either accept or mitigate it. Because if something happens and they don't show that they try to do anything about it, even after you explained it to them and their like own responsibility of it, it's going to look even worse than what happens if the incident does actually occur.
Yeah, exactly.
Now you combine those three things we all said, and you make for a powerful way to explain security to management. You'll be untouchable.
Can I take a small break? My mom was calling. I just need to take the
No
call. Sorry.
issues.
Yeah,
If it
please
is.
answer.
Sorry.
Nah, I'm call takes every precedence. How you doing,
Okay.
Prab? You have a
Mm,
CISP session today?
it was morning actually, so
Yeah.
I had one consulting call, and then little bit. I'm just pumping up for my gym session in next 1 hour.
Oh, what you working on today?
Today is basically, today is
Biceps, back,
legs.
legs. Okay. Hey, do you do deadlifts?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love deadlifts, man. I try to do that at the end of every gym session.
Mm.
Like after playing so much tennis, if I don't do exercise like weightlifting, the recovery is really bad. My bones and knees are very weak. So I have to keep lifting weights to play more tennis and recover faster. It's all about
And
technique.
it basically gives the next level of motivation actually.
It does. It
Yeah.
does. It does. You know, it's funny. Just people think because you and Prashant are in India, you guys see each other all the time, but you don't. You barely.
We met only once.
Only
Face to
once,
face.
yeah. And
Yeah,
you're
we
like,
met.
what's the distance between you two? 1,000
See,
miles or like hundreds?
more than 2,000.
Yeah, it's a big
Yeah.
distance. Right, right, right.
So if you take a train, it will take 3 days.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
India is so
Yeah.
big.
So if I start in the evening from here, I will reach
Yeah.
next day in the afternoon.
Oh,
And if you go by
wow.
flight, it is basically 3 hours 15 minutes.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
like
Sorry, guys.
And
halfway
even
across
when I
the.
do go to Delhi also,
Yeah.
in Delhi, Gurgaon, whatever the distance is, say they're 40, 45 kilometers. And it's not like the
Yikes.
Australia or US where you can cover in 45 minutes. It takes
Right,
1
right.
hour.
It takes
Yeah.
time, right?
Yeah.
Right, right.
Okay.
Pretty
So
cool.
we were talking about the security.
Yeah, we all explained how to explain security to management. I got the
No,
next.
Luke is yet to explain security.
Oh, explain security?
Yeah, you cannot
What is
make me target,
security?
okay? Directly
Okay.
asking me now. It's
Oh,
it's your
this
call now.
wasn't part of the question set.
No.
What is security? Security to me is that thing that we all have to, it's that thing we joined. It's that thing we joined and we don't know why we joined it, but we joined it for some reason because it evokes some sort of passion inside us, some sort of emotion, some sort of service that we want to give to the world. Not everybody knows about it and not everybody can do it, but it seems like somewhere in our brain, somewhere in our mental scope, we have figured out exactly like the formula and we're progressing towards some ultimate goal, but we don't know what that finish line is, but we're trying to get there. And on the way, we're just learning so much about this new thing, with the introduction of AI, we're learning about artificial intelligence while still trying to figure out the OSI model and like the old school versus the new school. And we're like stuck somewhere in the middle about how to secure people's data. And we know things that other people don't know. And even people with more experience than us, we don't know. And security is that thing that only it's our thing. That's what security is. It's our thing. Security is our thing. Look at your friends and family. Nobody knows what we can do. Nobody knows what we do, what we know. Look at their jobs and what they do. We can relate to that. We can understand what an accountant does. We can understand what a lawyer or engineer does or what a pharmacist kind of does, right? But when you talk to them about security, they have no idea what that is. So that's what security is to me. Security is our thing. Quite simply, that's it. The three of us, the people watching this video, all the people that know our names, that's what security is. It's our thing.